Positions.
The moment the ball is hit by the server, each team must be positioned within its own court in the rotation order, except the server. The position of the players are numbered as follows. The 3 players along the net are front row players and occupy positions 4 front left, 3 front center, 2 front right. The other 3 are back row players occupying positions back, 5 back left, 6 back center, and 1 back right. Each back row player must be positioned farther back from the net than the corresponding front row player. The front row player and the back row players respectively must be positioned laterally. The positions of players are determined and controlled according to the positions of their feet contracting the ground as follows. A. Each front row player must have at least a part of his/her foot closer to the center line than the feet of the corresponding back row player. If a player are not in the correct position at the time of the serve, this is considered a position fault and the team committing the fault is sanctioned with a point. B. Each right side player must have at least a part of his/her foot closer to the right sideline than the feet of the center player of his row.
Positional fault. A rotational fault is committed when the service is not made according to the rotational order. This is done when the players of a team commit a position fault if they are not in their correct positions at the moment the ball is contacted by the server. It leads to the following consequences. The team is sanctioned with the loss of rally. It means the serving team loses the right to serve, so the receiving team then rotates 1 position on the court. Players' rotational order is rectified. This means that the rotational order of the team will be corrected. The scorer should determine the exact moment when the fault was committed and all points remain valid. Substitution of players. A substitution is the act by which a player leaves the court and another player occupies his or her position. Substitution in volleyball is the act by which a player enters the game to occupy the position of another player. The substitute player must occupy the same position as the player leaving the game in the rotation. Substitution requires the referee's authorization. The substitution request is made when the substitute player enters the substitute zone. In this way, the second referee shall use a whistle and authorize the substitution using a hand signal. A. Limitations of substitution.
Limitations of substitutions. 6 substitution is the maximum permit per team per set. 1 or more players may be substitute at the same time. Second, a player of the starting lineup may leave the game and re-enter, but only 1 in a set, and only to his/her previous position in the lineup. And last, a substitute player may enter the game, but only once per set in the place of the starting lineup player, and he/she can only be replaced by the player whom he/she replaced.
B. Exceptional substitution. An injured player who cannot continue playing should be substituted legally. If this is not possible, the team is entitled to make an exceptional substitution. C. Substitution for expulsion.
An expelled or disqualified player must be substituted through a legal substitution. If this is not possible, the team is declared incomplete.
D. Illegal substitution.
A substitution is considered as illegal if the team has exceeded the limit of substitutions during a game or when a player is replaced with an registered player. It's worth noting that a valuable team will be punished if a valuable player is substituted illegally. Let's assume that a team has violated valuable substitutions rule and the game hasn't been stopped. That means that a valuable team has made an illegal substitution. A team that has broken valuable substitution rules loses a point as well as the right to serve the ball. In this case, the service is given to the opposing valuable team if a valuable player is on court through illegal substitution. That means that the team commits a fault.